Hi, I'm Harry Siemens, and welcome to the Farm Show, coming to you from the St. Jean Farm Days 2019. And we'll be here talking to some farmers and talking to some exhibitors and just finding out what's in store for agriculture for 2019.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.
Welcome back to the Farm Show, and we're here at the St. Jean Farm Days 2019. And again, I'm talking to another young fella that's involved in business, Marshall Reimer from Morris. I'll let you tell me about how you guys started the business in Morris.
Well, actually, me and my dad started the business in Morris almost 2 years ago now in February. But we come from a long line of tire and service industry. Both 7 years, well now 9 years actually, in the tire service industry, but my dad's a licensed diesel mechanic and been working around large equipment for his entire life. So it was kind of a natural progression for us to want to start and do something ourselves, and my dad grew up in the Low Farm Morris area, so it made a lot of sense for us to go back to our roots and service the families and people that he grew up with. And yeah, it's been really great just being a part of the community. This is our first year at the show here. And it's been fantastic getting to know some of the farmers and some of the other exhibitors. That's
what prompts my next question is why would a tire business be at a farm show?
Well, yeah, that's a great question. So much of the farm industry now is about compaction and how the product of the tractor makes it into the soil and how much impact that the machine has on the soil surface itself and the root base. And the farm tire industry has so many more developments now with running lower pressures and spreading out your footprint so that you're having less impact on your root base areas. With compactions, for example, our radial implement tires that we're showcasing for the show here are very much along those lines in trying to spread out the weight so that the product that you're putting in the ground is maximized at this harvest time.
Well, that's a great comment and great observation. So, you know, the days that I was farming way back when, a tire was a tire, right? As long as it had rubber and fit the rim and it was the right size, you and the right price, of course, you had to go. Now, of course, you're coming in from, what was your background before you came into the tire business?
Well, my entire career more or less has been in the tire industry, but I went into business and marketing and trying to do more creative business solution, and I found that tires was really fit my expertise because there are so many ways that tires in so many different applications can perform better in certain soil densities and stuff like that. So having that kind of industry background and the experience that I've built up over the last almost a decade in tire service has been really great. And tires are just so constantly changing, and the farm industry is advancing so quickly, especially with the addition of tracks and all sorts of, and tires just getting wider and wider for flotation. It's an exciting industry to be part of.
So give me an example. You said you were showcasing this particular tire here beside us. So what makes it unique?
Well, what really makes this product unique is the fact that it's a radial construction on an implement tire, which is relatively new to the industry. Most implement tires are biased, which balloon a little bit, which causes more soil compaction. They also wear a little bit irregularly with all the roading that has to happen nowadays, with farms getting bigger and land being further away from the yard sites. So better longevity with the product, a much better roadability, and because of the radial construction, it's essentially built like a pickup tire. The tire has a much flatter footprint in the field as well, which spreads out your weight more evenly and reduces the impact on your root base.
Great job, Marshall Reimer, sales manager with Integra Tire at Morris, Manitoba. And it's always good to hear young fellas talking about the technology that farmers need to use now, because I know, as I said before, buying a tire was buying a tire. You got to the local place and you bought the tire. As long as it fit, you went ahead. Now the whole aspect of compaction and how those tires wear because of the distance that they have to travel, all a good thing. Thanks again to Marshall Reimer. We'll be back after this with more from the St. Jean Farm Days 2019.
Hi, I'm Rick Funk from Funk's Toyota. Our family has been in the automotive business for over 45 years. That's 45 plus years of looking after customers. We have a top worldwide recognized product that we are proud to be a partner with Toyota Canada. Every new and used vehicle is negotiable when it comes to purchasing your vehicle here at Funk's Toyota. Our staff of many years is very knowledgeable and will help you, not force you with your buying decision. There are no hidden fees and no pressure tactics. Not only that, we promise what we deliver and have one of the best used vehicle warranties in the business. Our staff love to serve, and you will feel like family after your first visit. We are not perfect, but we love to please here at Funk's Toyota. For those of you that have experienced our Funk's Toyota family way, please share it with others and like us and share us on Facebook. We are proud to be a sponsor of the Manitoba Amateur Sports. Visit us online at www.funks.toyota.ca.
Welcome back to the Farm Show at the St. Jean Farm Days 2019, and what a great time to be here, because I remember way back when this started, and now I've got a young fella here with me, Josiah Williams with Wentworth Ag out of Winkler, Manitoba, and he tells me that he's probably the first time that they've had a booth here. Welcome to the show, Josiah, and it looks like things are happening.
Yeah, lots of foot traffic here. We're right by the entrance, so we get a bit of a breeze every time the door opens. But it's kind of the start of the season, start of the year here, and it seems like farmers are getting really eager to buy some stuff.
You were telling me before we turned the mic on that it was actually a bit busier during the winter than what you may have expected.
Yeah, that may be due to a bit of caution in the beginning of the season, but sales have been really steady straight through. I thought it was going to slow down in December a bit, but it hasn't.
So tell me, what are the key things that you're providing for the farmer?
So we provide grain storage and handling systems as well as conditioning. So this year dryers were very busy. A lot of guys they were kind of caught at the end of the season needing a dryer. So dryers have been very busy. Hopper bins have been very busy as well as the flat bottom bins and handling systems as well. So whenever once the grain comes off the field, we'll get you the equipment to take care of it afterwards.
One of the complaints I get from farmers all the time, and they've been asking me to do a real good story on it, and that's the whole aspect of what it takes to get that. It's one thing to buy the dryer from you, but it's another thing to get that thing hooked up and get it certified and make sure that you can actually use it legally.
Absolutely. In Manitoba, the code requires there's a lot of challenges in place to get working properly, and then once you are certified, we do have a service team, and I do get to go out on call on some of those service calls and help with troubleshooting and getting, because it's a very technical process to actually dry your grain efficiently without going overboard.
And the costs. I mean, I know how many farmers don't wait a little longer, especially the last couple of years, because the cost of drying, and if the grain price is down a little bit, well, they can make a little margin there if they don't have to dry too much.
Absolutely, yeah. With propane or natural gas, obviously natural gas is going to save you a lot of money. So in Manitoba, you do get quite a bit of natural gas, but there is a lot of propane out there as well, and there's going to be some cost with electrical as well. But yeah, definitely you have to play in the market there, what the prices are doing. But grain dryers typically have been making a lot more money than costing.
Tell me, if a farmer comes in and he wants a grain dryer, if he wants it for the fall, he better be planning much earlier.
In some cases, yeah. If we have to do a special order, this year we did have 2-week turnarounds on some of our dryers. We sold I want to say 6 dryers, and we had about a 2-week turnaround to where it was up and running.
Yeah, but those are guys that are already then certified.
That would be including certification. So we would bring a portable dryer out, and the one thing that makes it easier is that it's a portable dryer. So certifying makes it a lot easier. Once it gets set up, as long as they have a site relatively ready, it can be very quick.
Portable. So what makes it portable?
Basically, it has an independent frame that you can put wheels on and a hitch. And you can, in the States, it's a lot easier to drag them around than in Manitoba because you need to be stationary in order to get a service hooked up like propane or natural gas. But it is certified as a portable grain dryer.
Thank you very much. That was Josiah Williams with Wentworth Ag here at the St. Jean Farm Days 2019. And it's always great to be talking to guys that are involved in the technology. And as he said, we're here to help farmers do a more efficient job, and that's kind of the key. We'll be back after this with more from the St. Jean Farm Days. Wow, here we are back at the St. Jean Farm Days, and I've got 2 good-looking gentlemen, much younger than me, here at the St. Jean Farm Days. I'm going to talk to Kevin Sabourin. You tell me about what you are exhibiting here at the St. Jean Farm Days.
Well, my company is River NH3 Solutions, and I offer sales of anhydrous ammonia equipment, as well as do Transport Canada certified inspections for nurse wagons and delivery trucks. We do maintenance, repairs, and installations of anhydrous ammonia equipment.
So, I go back to farming 50 years ago, and that's when anhydrous ammonia and those kinds of things were starting, right?
Absolutely.
So huge changes since then, obviously.
Everything in the farming industry has changed much since then, right down to the size of the equipment that farmers are using to their basic needs for nitrogen in fields and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Everything's just gotten more. Genetics have demanded more nitrogen and stuff like that for crops, canola, corn acres and stuff like that. And anhydrous ammonia is your most highly concentrated form of nitrogen, so it's still a very popular product out there for farmers with those demands and those needs. So yes.
Great. For time being, I'll turn over here to Dave Neufeld. I think tell me what you do with the company.
Okay, so actually I'm with Maxquip, and we're out of Headingley and just outside of Winnipeg. And what we do is we're an equipment manufacturer and supplier. And one of the items that we manufacture is our NH3 pumping system, which is called the MaxFlow VRC. And we work with dealers such as Red River NH3 Solutions, and we are putting our equipment out there to help people become more efficient with their NH3 operation. So we're primarily dealing with NH3 as a form of nitrogen fertilizer. What we want to do is change the way people think about it, change the way people apply it by using new technologies.
Okay, so now tell me about what you want them to change from and to change to.
Well, traditionally in the NH3 industry, we've used something called a cooler to increase the pressure by vaporizing the ammonia. What our system does is it actually keeps it liquid till it hits the soil profile. So what that does is it saves you from having to vaporize the ammonia to get it out, and it also keeps it liquid right till the very last minute when it hits the ground. That can save you from 10 to 15% on an average season in your ammonia costs.
I know you don't want to give me trade secrets and manufacturing secrets, but that particular pump that I saw walking up here, it looks pretty elaborate.
You know what? It's actually a lot simpler than it looks, believe it or not. It's maybe not quite as simple as a typical cooler, but it runs on a very similar concept. It does incorporate a Blackmer pump, so it's highly reliable. It's slightly more complicated, but we've got units that are going on 15 years out in the field, and they're running flawlessly to this day. So with a little bit of maintenance, they'll last a long time.
Great. Thank you very much, Dave Neufeld. And just to wrap it up, Kevin, what's the attitude of the farmers that you're serving?
Well, nowadays they're taking advantage, a lot of them, at least locally here, they're taking advantage of cheaper fall fertilizer pricing and stuff like that. So they're adapting a lot of their farming practices to putting down their fertilizer in the fall. And by doing that, they're taking advantage of the spread in the price from fall to spring and everything, and finding big savings by doing it that way. So with their demands for more nitrogen and taking advantage of the fall fertilizer pricing markets and stuff like that, it seems to be trending a lot towards putting down your dry fertilizer and then incorporating nitrogen into the picture too, and putting all the fertilizer down in the fall.
So, but not every year is the same, right? I mean, sometimes the fertilizer prices are different. So it's like the farmer things are changing in agronomy, but the farmer's got to change right along with it.
They're adopting new practices too and stuff like that. A lot of their 34-footers, 40-footer pieces of equipment, and Dave was talking about the cooler systems and stuff like that. You know, they were only so efficient in flow and everything like that. When they're buying new equipment, they're buying larger equipment. They're covering a lot more acres. They're putting down a lot more nutrients into the soil as genetics demand it and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. They're buying into it, and yeah, that's what we're here for. Is the Red River Valley is a big ammonia market, and when I started this business, there was a demand for having somebody out there to do some troubleshooting and service and stuff like that. That's what we're here for. Absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much to Kevin and to David for the great information, because that's really what this is all about. And we'll be back with more from the St. Jean Farm Days 2019 in just a bit. Great. What a day we've had here at the St. Jean Farm Days 2019, and we're hearing all kinds of things from people. I know I've been here way back when it first started, and boy, it's been a great time. And the exciting part is the young people that are coming back into agriculture. That's the key. You know, when they go to university, come back and work with Dad, and not only take over the business, but they actually start out at the ground floor level, so to speak, and that's great. So, you know, agriculture in Manitoba is probably as good a shape as agriculture anywhere in the world, and that makes us, 99.9% better as far as farming is concerned than anywhere else. So today, I'm just going to say thanks again for joining us, to all the people that we had a chance to interview, and all the friends that I continue to run into. This is Harry Siemens for the Farm Show from the St. Jean Farm Days 2019, and of course in St. Jean, Manitoba.